This 100-day challenge. I'm really excited. It's actually Saturday. Are y'all doing the snow day things? It's just like snow in, snow day, whatever energy. If so, grab your torch, your pitchforks, grab your journals and things, and let's get into it because I'm here for the people who are here for the energy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make some money for real, if you tired of letting these people play in your face talking about segregation is back, we taking down all the we're taking down all the slavery things. We don't want to talk. We don't talk about that. We don't call it that over here. We're just gonna act like it didn't happen. Okay, fine. Y'all gonna wait till they erase your entire history and take all your rights away, take you back to where you couldn't do nothing. You had no first right, no first Bill of Rights. See what I'm saying? First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment, everything just gone. We gonna wait. That's what we're doing. Ain't nobody got time. So if you're about this life, that's what I'm trying to do. So thank you for being here. If you're streaming, if you're on the Zoom, what up, what up, what up? Let's do it. Well, good morning, good evening. What to do? How are you? Who? Grand rising too. I am the sound of money in your ear. Dollar Vaunt. That's D-O-double-L. I'm up and imitated, never duplicated. They call me the $1 billion babe, aka the pitch queen, aka the people's coach, aka Coach Dollar Bill. And you are in the dollhouse. This is the home of high value entrepreneurs. You guys, it's day number 24 of this 100-day challenge. Shout out to Tracy. You know what? Tracy gets the award for best questions of all time. She asks I don't know, she spends time, she thinks about it, and then she come back with a question. I'll be like, I don't know how to answer that. I gotta put some thought into this. So shout out to you for being here. And I can't see who it is, but somebody on this streaming thing. What's up? What up, y'all? What up though? Day 24, we are going to talk about how to turn all this awareness, like we've been trying to demystify and decode social media, like what that even means, what that even looks like, how to think about it in a way where you don't feel like this total resistance to it, just like breaking it down to a science, to a simple thing, like a simple task that you can do. You can do this, you know what I mean? So we broke that down over the last couple of days. Now I did find out some horrible, questionable news about TikTok. But okay, let me just say this. We are entering an era. I should go on my WhatsApp and do this, but I'm not. They need to be over here. We're entering an era where you have to be a little brave and a little bold to be on social media. If you're, melanated. Here's why I say that. I don't know if y'all saw there's a story about a woman in Miami, not Miami, Miami Gardens. That's a whole nother city. They got a whole nother town, Tracy, Okay. And apparently the mayor's been doing some things, something about supporting Palestine. I don't know, child. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I'm not involved. Allegedly. And so he, had been known for something that was not necessarily supportive of the people of Palestine. Okay, fine. Fast forward. They are doing a movie, screening, a documentary screening. I have a friend that got nominated for an Oscar. That was so cool. When I went on that tour with Google and we were on tour together, and brilliant Black women. I mean, we're just outside. Can we pause for the brilliance of Black women around the nation, around, dare I say, nay, the world? We're just outside, just low key. So she did a documentary on the little girl. So we all talk about Rodney King, and that was the last time the Insurrection Act was employed, because everybody went crazy, because we sat there, we saw the video, bro. We saw what happened, and yet they had time to acquit those people. They acquitted all those guys, and the police officers did not get arrested or didn't go to jail for like beating that man within an inch of his life. So LA went up. If y'all remember that, if you're old enough to remember that. I mean, I think we did a little walkout in our little, when we in elementary school, I don't know, we called ourselves protesting. We walked out the classroom. Anyway, they turned up. It was so bad. And then so Insurrection Act. Okay. So she did a documentary about what happened before that. The reason why LA went up wasn't just because of Rodney King. It was actually because of a little girl who went into a store and the owner was super racist and all of that. And the literal owner of the convenience store or whatever just like shot her in the back of the head, like while she was like trying to buy some orange juice or something. You know what I mean? And that's why by the time Rodney King happened, which was very, really close right after that, That's why they went up. So fast forward, this story I'm telling, Miami Gardens, there's a lady, she's like Hispanic or whatever, she's Latino, she's run for office 2-3 different times, like House representative or whatever, but she's like very well known in the community, da da da. So the mayor comes to a screening. There's a screening of a documentary about the destruction of a town in Gaza, all this that's going on with the Palestinians and Israel and whatever. And they destroyed this town, just came there and just like destroyed the town. So there's a movie about it. It won an Oscar, this movie. The name is escaping me, but y'all can Google this story. And so they did a screening of the movie, award-winning, Oscar-winning movie at a local like theater. The mayor gets upset. He says, we can't be having this kind of, we don't support this worldview or whatever. So he like cancels the lease of the nonprofit that has the theater in this building. It's a city building, kicks them out of the building, and like cancels their little $40,000 worth of grants. You know how we have these art programs and they have little grants and stuff like that. He said, nope, we get them out of here. We don't like this. We don't support this. It's not in line with the agenda, the story that we want to tell, that what we want to be about. I don't know, child. So this lady who very well known in that community and has run for office 3-4 times, very public figure. Okay. She gets on, he put us on a Facebook post and she responded and said, it's funny how this man who got time to support what they're doing in Palestine, like this is how she talking, the way I'm talking. She was like, oh, because he did a post like, but we welcome everyone here. Like Miami Gardens, we don't discriminate at all. As he, eliminates the people who did the thing about the film about Gaza or whatever. She's like, sounds funny to me. And that's it. And put 3 clown emojis on her. It's a Facebook post. And she put a comment on the post. Do you know the police came to her house? Do you know that the police said, ma'am, is this your account? Is this your social? Is this your Facebook? And she caught herself. She was like, and she said, I'm not saying nothing without my attorney president. They literally were like, yeah, because if it's not you, I mean, we got to find the right person because, we got to do something because you might be inciting violence. There was nothing. This is free speech. Free speech is no longer free. That's my point. The First Amendment, Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the right to like not have somebody busting in your house without a warrant. They're overriding that. We seeing all this stuff going on in Minneapolis. They're in Maine now too. They're in South Georgia now too. They're in Texas right now too. I had friends that just got out of ICE custody. It's happening all over the country. Do you know if they got time to come up to that lady's house, they charged Don Lemon with a crime for being a journalist and following some protesters into a church and filming it. He was charged. Now he has a national platform. He got people. What she did was film the police officers when they came to her house and filmed it and sent the video immediately to 3 of her friends that are attorneys. What if you ain't got no attorney friends? What if you don't have no money to do no lawsuit? What if you don't have no layers of protection between you and the people? I'm just letting you know that it's going to require more and more bravery to be outside. If you have something to say about the regime, I mean, if you just talk about, I don't know, flowers, I don't know, you might be fine. I don't know. But I just wanted to bring that point up because TikTok has been purchased by Larry Ellison and they now have just released their new privacy thing. They can track you. They track your financial data. They track your sexual orientation, which is random. They track your health information. They track, everything. Your voting, your history of how you post. And they're selling that data to DHS. I just found that out yesterday. So anyway, while everybody's like, oh, we're fine. We'll be fine in the next election. I'm saying, what election? Anyway. So it's day number 24 of this 100-day challenge. I want us to be able to get some money and like turn it into a thing. So if we decide to leave America or we decide to get out of the way, even if you stay here, you want to have a community of people around you in your work that is location independent, that does not depend on you physically showing up to get paid. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. So building awareness on social is important. And a lot of people in the past couple of years have spent a lot of time, energy, and effort on that. But I have people in the dollhouse who don't talk. There are people who don't say much. They just sit down, watch content, go ahead on. And I had somebody who had about 2 million views, if I'm not mistaken, on a couple of posts. Like it started to become a thing. And she was freaking out. She's like, oh my God, it's happening or whatever. But she was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to monetize this. I don't know how to turn it into money. And so that's what I want to talk about. It's not about awareness. It's about being able to convert and bring people over here to the place where they actually want to do some business with you. So we're going to create an engine. We talked about LinkedIn on day 20, YouTube on day 21. So LinkedIn is your storefront, YouTube is your showroom, Instagram/Facebook is your gallery, TikTok is like your rapid awareness engine or machine, which can be leveraged to your benefit. And all of that is amazing. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Thanks for playing. You know, it's cool. But at the end of the day, we got to turn that attention and that awareness into something that actually pays us money. So a lot of us maybe have not thought through what does that experience need to look like, that customer journey to go from somebody saw a post or they saw you outside, they saw you in an event or whatever. How do you bring them into something that's going to actually convert? That's going to pay you some money and hopefully ongoing money over time. So let's talk about closing this gap, because there is a gap between people who are able to push a lot of content, like pushing stuff out. It's very similar. So the thing that I'm talking about on social that a lot of us in this group, I think we're tracking heavy on not being present and super active on social media, but it's the same energy as somebody who's like always outside, like at every networking event that exists, like every meatballs and alcohol, they're there. Every conference, they're there. Every room, they're in it. Everybody, they dapping them up. They know everybody in the circles, right? Whether you're in the conscious community or you're in the spiritual, I don't know, the healthy, the whatever these people are doing out here, the entrepreneurship, Black entrepreneurship space or the tech world, whatever, they seem to be everywhere. So they're always outside making those connections, connect. And if somebody's doing that in social, they're just digitizing the same thing. So they're going, building a lot of followers. People are, engaged or whatever. But until you convert that into money, none of it actually matters, right? And so we think, okay, if I could just meet the right person, if I could meet the right level of famous person, if I can get the right certification or get in the right program, the right accelerator, or I can hit, once I get to 5,000 followers or 10,000 followers, then I'm going to make some money. That is not the case. That is not the case. That is false. Okay. So I know people with a lot of followers, 500,000 followers, 200,000 followers, and they barely make $2,000-$3,000 a month from their social channels, versus people who have less than 2,000 followers, but they're making 10, 20, 30, $50,000 a month in their business. It's not about the audience size. It's about how you're able to bring them in and convert them to customers. Casey Brown is the greatest example of this. I shout her out continuously. She's not famous. Don't nobody know who she is unless you're on LinkedIn, but she's out here winning. She made $1.2 million last year on her LinkedIn. She don't do no fancy graphics. She don't do none of that. It's just Google Docs and great energy. The words are poignant and they make people want to take another action with her. And so there's a very simple way to do that and to get those same kinds of results. So that's what we want to talk about today. So again, if you got questions and stuff, put it in the chat. Feel free. We got people streaming. It's a vibe. It's a snow day vibe. It's not snowing yet, is it? I mean, Atlanta, not yet. But we snowed in. It's fine. We're gonna be fine. Y'all get you some blankets. We got you some bread. I don't know what's up with the bread. Why do we eat so much bread when it snows? But anyway, let's talk about this. Most people, if they're outside or if they're on social, they're posting great content. / they're getting dressed. They're going out. They're shaking all the hands and kissing babies. Right? They're outside, so people remember them. They recognize their face. They might know who they are or whatever. Right? You got people that, oh yeah, that's such and such and so and so, or maybe they're following you on your channels or whatever. If you're doing content, which a lot of y'all are not, but let's just say for this example, right? You put a link, talking about link in bio, or DM me, or here's my card, or call me, or here's my email. We locked in, we text, we do the blink thing, whatever, and then we wait for people to reach out, and then we wonder why nobody's buying anything. So the problem is we're not building a bridge. We got to build a bridge from awareness, like I know you, I met you, I felt the energy, I'm here for it, to actually buying something and telling somebody else about you. A lot of times we don't have a clear offer at the end of that tunnel either. So we want to talk about that too. But generating attention is not the same thing as guiding that attention through a pathway intentionally, like rivers flow through banks. Like we got to guide it. We don't just pour the water out in an open hand, it just dissipates out to the ground. We need to put some banks, some channels for this energy so we can make money intentionally. So they see your content, they're like, we like this. I should keep them in mind. I should follow them. But they're not saying I need to buy something from them right now. And part of the reason for that is you don't really give them a clear next step of what to do besides making mental note like, I'm glad I met you. This is cool. You're cool. This is cool. Can y'all relate to that? Does that make sense? Like we're meeting people and they're like, "Oh, you're cool. This is amazing." But they're not saying, "Oh my god, I need to give this person some money right now." So let's see if we can figure out how to unlock that using neuroscience, my favorite tool. Okay. So people actually require structure to buy something from you. Y'all, I should be on a classroom. I should be on a stage. Where should I be teaching this? Nobody teaches like this. Okay. When somebody's deciding whether to buy something or not, they go through these stages. All right. Stage one, like this is that customer journey. I'm trying to get y'all to build it, but I'm trying to help you do it organically so you don't feel no way. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I want it to come from your organic relationships with humans. Okay, so stage one is awareness. Then they go into consideration. Then they make a decision. So in stage one, they discover you. That reticular activating system that we talk about all the time. They hear like it's for me. They're talking about my problem. They're saying things that I can relate to. They're saying things that I've experienced, all of that. My amygdala gets engaged, it's creating an emotional response. My mirror neurons are firing. They feel seen, heard, understood, and all that. So they might follow you or lock you in on their phone or, scan your thing or join your list or whatever. Okay. But ain't no money moving. All right. Stage two is where we fall off. Consideration. This is where I keep saying we got to create spaces for people to hang out with us before, during, and after a purchase. So, like, if I met you, I got on your list, or I met you, and now I'm in your WhatsApp group, or I met you, and I'm on your whatever. I don't know where these people are. They need to feel like they're constantly getting a updates from you, relationship with you, not like promo codes to buy something, because we're not ready yet. My prefrontal cortex is still trying to make it make sense. Can this person actually help me? What's the difference between them and everybody else in this space? My hippocampus is doing things. I'm trying to compare to other solutions. I'm processing the risk. What if this doesn't work? Child, what do they even charge? Ain't nobody got no time to be wasting no money on this. I'm just gonna go ahead on with this other person that I don't know them from Adam, but they were on stage with somebody famous. So I trust that person, that credibility marker. So I'd rather pay them $6,000, even though they probably not gonna help me at all, versus you. I just met you now. What are we talking about? So they're interested, but they're not sure. And that level of consideration is where we gotta show up for our people. That's where you got to be thinking about your audience all day, every day. You got to be thinking about what can I do to add value to my community, and then have these places, all of our LinkedIns and TikToks and Substacks and podcasts and whatever, however, wherever you're showing up for people and you're constantly adding value, putting another input, another one. It's just like the radio station, B103. You can't just play. I used to be a DJ, y'all. They gave me, why did they do that? Because I played whatever I want to play and I wasn't listening to nobody's instructions. That was a very short-lived gig because I was playing all of my favorite songs and not paying attention to what I was supposed to be playing. But you get on there and you get to talk and you're like, da 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 da. It's such a station, and then you go. I was pulling out vinyls, child. I'm like, ooh, this was y'all remember this one? Like da 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 da. And then you play the thing. You're constantly broadcasting. Do you know what happened? You know what happened one time when I didn't know how to use the machine or the equipment, and everybody's at home, thousands. I don't know how many people listen to this thing. If you don't push the button, they're at home and it's silence. The radio is not playing anything. And that's where a lot of you guys are leaving your audience. You met this person at this event, at this conference, at this place. We had this great conversation, da 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 da, and then crickets. You're not sending anything out into the frequency for them to have another experience with you. So you got to show up for your audience. If you want, you got to get this money, because eventually it takes on a life of its own. If you do this consistently for the right amount of time, people embody the energy and it takes on a life of its own without you. I thought I was retiring. September or June of 2023. I'm like, bon voyage. I'm out, y'all. I'm moving to Switzerland. Y'all, some of y'all came to the party. It was like, and we're out. It's been fun. Like Tina Turner had just passed, and I was like, and here we go. Because I knew this was coming. I knew America was gonna crash. I came back. I didn't know why, but now I know why. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm out. And still to this day, my phone is ringing. People are calling me from work that I did 4, 5, 6 years ago. Because they can't find it nowhere else. They searched all over, couldn't find nobody else. And they're still, oh, you don't know Dollar Avant? You need to call Dollar Avant. So in other rooms where I'm not there, they're having that conversation and then my phone rings. So you got to put enough work in, enough inputs into the energetic field for people to be checking for you specifically, your worldview, how you make things different. What is your framework? How do you help people get an outcome that they can't get anywhere else? Even if you're an artist, it's like there's something about you versus these other people. They want to rock with you. And then stage 3 is where they make a decision. They're ready to buy. You got that prefrontal cortex. They're deciding that they trust you enough to take an action from you. They're anticipating a reward. If I do this work, I'm going to get this result from them. They're resolving any conflict about, the place is always here and the time is always now. They're ready to go. They calling their husband like, babe, we about to put $500 on the credit card. Don't ask me no questions. Like they're doing that, right? So they need enough evidence and enough experience with you to get them in that place where they're ready to make a decision and to purchase something from you. But most people, like I said, we leave people stuck in stage 2, where they're just thinking about it. Oh, I know this person. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, she does that. Oh, I know somebody who does that. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, yeah. But that's not the same as I gotta have it now. I'm delaying something so I could pay this right now. What are we doing? What are we doing? So creating awareness is cool, but it's not enough. Demonstrating expertise through your content, or when you show up and you speak and you're very eloquent when you speak or you meet somebody in person, okay, that's cool. But you never created a structure that guides people automatically to making a decision. I need to buy something and I need to tell somebody. So we got to have a clear path forward, reduce their risk, give them social proof, and provide a sense of urgency. Without that, people are stuck in, yeah, I should work with her. Yeah, eventually I'll do something. Yeah, I do need to change. Yeah, I do need to. Eventually, it's the same thing as never. Eventually, it's like hope energy. Eventually, it's like, yeah, a lot of people know me. A lot of people rock with me. A lot of people, da 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 da. Yeah, but no, who's paying you right now? Who is charging their credit card right now? Who is on your page right now? And some of us don't have enough people hitting our page because, again, if you could make $200-300 a day, you're over $10,000 a month. And for the vast majority of us, that's enough for you to stack some money and get out the way and be okay out here. That's bare minimum. But like, I just need more people hitting the button, more people connecting and clicking and following and showing up for you. So you got to create that pathway. And that's what we've been talking about the last couple of days, right? So learning how to become a recognized entity where they know who you are, right? By posting comments on other people's pages, learning how to turn your frameworks and your worldview into really dope content, showing them that your solution works and is possible through case studies, and developing this like a skill, learning how to build that instant recognition where people want to lean in and learn more by getting great at making hooks. We talked about that yesterday. There's 7 different types of hooks you can use for your content. Creating a sense of resonance where they feel seen, heard, understood, and you talk about the problems that they're facing and they can relate to all the examples that you use. By really going in and being a teacher, doing some long form content, stuff like that. You show proof, case studies, people who worked with you in the past, showing insights, showing transformations, showing behind the scenes, all of the things. You could show up this way, and social media is a tool to help us get there. But if you're just like, I need to make some money, I know I need to be on social. And that's the end of your thought around this, you're not going to be, you're not going to hit your goal. You're not going to, there's no motion in that, right? So I want to take us beyond people recognizing our name and knowing who we are if they come across our stuff or they meet us in person. The resonance where you're talking about the problem and they feel like, yeah, she gets it. She gets me. The resolve where you're talking about your solution, your framework, and they're like, oh, that sounds like that could work. But we got to move them into the place of revenue. Like, I'm trying to pay you some money right now. Hey, I need, hey, can I pay you? Excuse me. Can I get one of these? Like, you want to move people from I trust this person, I like this person, they're cool, to I'm buying something from this person and I'm telling other people about you and all the rest of it. It's not salesy, it's not pushy. This is, we got to close the loop. We got to complete the journey. All right. So if somebody feels seen, they believe in your approach, they trust that you can deliver, but there's no clear path of how they need to work with you, you're actually doing them a disservice because now they're just kind of stuck on the side of the road. It's like, well, I hope next time they come, I mean, I don't know. I hope to be a part of it. I'm here if they come back. If the bus ever comes back by, I'm gonna cheer for them when they come to town again. Versus, I'm seeking you out. Hey, I need what you got. Does that make sense? Yeah, this is a very nuanced shift. But if we make this shift, we gonna make some money. If it starts snowing while we're talking, y'all let me know. But I don't think it is. I think it's gonna be later tonight. So there's three ways or three phases of how we're going to start converting all this energy and doing it on purpose. So the last 3 days, we just, well, 4 days really, we talked about LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram/Facebook, and TikTok. Very specific strategies that you could follow to like actually create your social strategy and how you're going to show up over there. Like, it's not, I don't know, I'm going to try something, see what works. Like, I just told you what to do. I just told you what to do. I just told you what to do. I learned this from people who got 44 million followers, 14 million followers on Facebook, Instagram. People who went from zero to 600,000 on YouTube. People who make $1,500, $2,000 in 45 minutes on TikTok. I've been studying. I brought you all the good stuff. Okay, we want to build a body of work and content that's moving people along this pathway. And because this becomes a system where you don't have to do it. If you're at home and you're sick, you don't have time to go outside, you take a vacation, whatever, your business can still be bringing people back into this world for you. So generating attention, building trust, and creating desire. And then today we're going to talk about how to now capture that. We got to take another step because we don't own Instagram. They can shut your account down at any time. YouTube, TikTok, all of it. They can shut you down at any time. They could decide that they don't like what you got going on. Apparently, the police can come to your door, child. I mean, y'all don't have to worry about that, but I do because I talk about, current events and stuff like that. We don't own those channels. So the job is to bring people onto platforms that we own and control, like email lists, lead magnets, DM one-on-one conversations, like bringing them out of the, I never met you at all, but I found you online. And now I'm in an actual conversation with you on email or DM or whatever. Things that take people from being just a follower who's kind of randomly out there to contact somebody you feel like to somebody who's active in your community that you are having real conversations with, because those are the people that ultimately become customers. So once you have their email, their phone number, you can start a real conversation. So we got to make sure that our pathway is clear, because some of us don't have our links and our stuff on our socials the way we need to. Like, if I see something I really like and I go to try to look you up and then it's crickets or like a dead website or a list or a link that you haven't updated since 2021 or whatever, it's not, there's no flow there, right? And then we want to put things in place that help to convert on a more consistent basis. So having a list of people who are interested and who rock with you, we got to turn that into very specific timed offers, sales processes, ways to onboard people, mechanisms that help move people through the journey from community contact to community to customer, so that they are really excited to exchange money with you for this transformation. And the time and the place is always here. The time is always now. I want you to build something where every day somebody is showing up, signing up for that transformation, because that's how you're going to get to the point where you actually make money every day. Every day. I need to normalize this for us. Okay. So if you're making $30,000, $50,000 per transaction, theoretically you could do that once a month, but I need you to think about it as every day, because it's every action, every phone call, every bit of social capital that you build over time that gets you to the point where you could close a $50,000 contract and air quote chill for the rest of the month, but not for real, because we're not consumers, we're not employees, we are investors, we are farmers, we're building something long term. So there's stuff that you need to be doing every single day and putting out into the energetic field every single day, so that people are finding you and following these breadcrumbs and coming back home to you every single day. And so most business owners only do phase one. They create some sense of awareness because it's like, I'm going to events, or I'm meeting people, or I'm networking, or you might be doing content. Okay, you got awareness. But we need these other two phases. So let's get into it on today. What is there are five? Oh, it's always five. It's always five. We got five on it again. So if you're doing the 5 daily things you're supposed to be doing, number 4 of those 5 things is broadcast your brilliance. And that's how you show up on social. You show up on all these different channels, making sure that random people who don't know you, who maybe never met you in person, can still find you and follow a path back to the world that you're building for them. Once you get out there and you start creating content that's engaging for people, you know what you need to do next? You actually need to make sure that you can bring them back to the house. So there's 5 things that everybody needs to have activated to make sure that people can follow you back to this world that you're building for them. So we use the word lead magnet. I hate these words, marketing words, because they've taken all the meaning out of them. But a lead magnet is something that I want this thing and I want to give you my email in exchange for it. Honestly, my Substack has become that. Okay. There's content, there's my takes on what's going on out here. There's some of these frameworks and things that I'm giving you guys, like I posted it yesterday. I guess I'll do it again. If you still don't have your 5-star pitch together and you need help with that, there is a self guided tool that you could use to craft your own 5-star pitch without me ever getting involved, child. You don't need me to say nothing. You just do the thing, and by the time you finish, you will have a 5-star pitch. That's something that I could offer in exchange for, people's email address, right? Because it's like, I tell you why you need a 5-star pitch. I tell you how important it is. I tell you without it, it's fine. I tell you the episode I'm gonna do, Desta broke down how all of our hip hop greats, every single one of them have done a 5-star pitch. Every single one in a song. And it's like, wait, what? They tell you who you are, why you should care, where I came from, and all the things. And then if you're like, man, I need to get my 5-star pitch together, okay. And then it's like, well, here's a tool for that. Just get on the list. And da-da-da. Or if I talk for 5 minutes the way that I talk, and I'm like, I do this all day, every day. If you want to join me, I'm over here. Boom, you're going to give me your email list in exchange for email address in exchange for that, right? So that's what I mean by lead magnet. Something that goes from I'm hearing you talk, I see what you got going on. Oh, you got a recipe. Oh, you got a daily workout routine, something I can learn right quick. Whatever that is, cool. Here you go. Now you got my email address. Boom. Once you have their email address, now we need a sequence. I don't even want to ask y'all. 99% of us do not have an automated email sequence set up right now. Going from they gave me the email address, they get the thing that they asked for, but also now we're bringing them into a sequence that is going to nurture that relationship. And so they know why am I over here? What am I getting out of this being in this group and all the things, right? We need to be able to have a conversation with somebody on chat or text or DM or whatever that's going to take them from I'm kind of interested to leaning in with you. We need, like I said, those offers, those price points. Maybe I'm not ready to spend $10,000 with you right now, but how about 25? Do you have stuff that I can get $5, $20, $50, like that, $100, and kind of guide people on this journey along the process with you? And then for your signature offer, your bigger, large ticket item, high ticket item, having a process to go from somebody said that they're interested, put them on the CRM all the way to closing. So there's a way to think about this that shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm gonna stop with the lead magnet for today because I know that nobody thinks about their business this way, and as a result, we get overwhelmed. It's like, I don't know if I could do it. Yes, you can. Of course you can. What do you mean? You can do it. But it all stems back to your worldview, which then we encapsulate it in your 5-star pitch. And now we're just creating tools and pathways to guide people back. If you see the world the way I see the world and you want to get this outcome the way I'm talking about it, join me over here. It's just an invitation. It's just a trail back to this world that you're building. So a lead magnet is a way to get somebody to go from being, well, I know her, I've seen her online, or I follow her, I see her from time to time, to being an actual contact, somebody in your community that you could reach out to and contact them, right? So I want you to be giving a lot of value up front, making sure it's worth them giving you their email address and a phone number, and it's people self-identifying, hey, I'm here in the community and I want more information like this, right? So that could be a framework or a checklist. That could be a training or masterclass, or that could be like a calculator, a quiz, or an assessment. Very simple. Everybody on this phone can do that. A training, a masterclass, a framework or a checklist. Here's something that everybody in this position, every entrepreneur needs. Here's how to do it. 5-step system for 20K months without ads. Daily checklist for every coach. Here's a pathway to do It's something that's quick. They can use it immediately. It demonstrates your expertise and creates a desire for deeper implementation. Everybody on here could do this. What's your framework? What's your approach? Okay, here's the 10 things that everybody needs in their pantry if they're going to be a plant-based chef. Okay. You're getting their email. This we can do this, y'all. Another thing is a training or masterclass. So now that I have tested and experimented on all these different platforms and the way that I talk and the way I show up and all of that, now I could turn it into like my 5-star pitch training. Very simple, like video. Y'all can go watch this, learn how I raised $2 million from a hammock. I'm gonna teach you how to do a 5-star pitch. Go over there. Do a deep dive on one specific topic. It'd be hosted on your website, on your YouTube, or whatever, unlisted, right? And just, hey, you want to get this masterclass, free training, boom, just give me your email address, boom, they get your email address, the next page, it takes them to the page. Y'all can do free link landing pages on Notion, on Canva, some of these other, there's no excuse. You don't have to pay no money to do this. You can do this. So just teach a class on a topic, like this is the basic fundamentals everybody needs to know. 3 LinkedIn strategies that got me 50 clients in 50 days. Here we go. Just give me your email and boom. And then they get the link. They can watch it on their own time or whatever. So it's longer engagement time. It starts to build towards that 7-11-4, that formula. You're building trust with people. It creates that bond because they're video, they're watching you for a longer period of time. There's a higher perceived value, whatever. Okay, fine. The third thing you could do is a calculator, an assessment, a quiz. If you need help doing a quiz, there's a tool called Score App that I really like. I don't know the pricing. I mean, it's not free. I mean, they have a free trial, but anyway, Score App, and you can just go in there and use your bougie GPT. You know what I'm saying? Use it to come up with a quiz based on whatever it is you're trying to show people. Interactive tool or quiz. You can give them personalized results based on the answers that they give you. And then, it could be tied into a larger offer or whatever. So 2 5-minute quizzes, people love that. Which AI do I need? Which AI tool do I need to learn first based on what I'm trying to do? How AI proof is my business? Take this quiz and find out. So there's engagement, personalization, and there's also qualifying them so kind of where they fit on the journey of what you're building. So y'all pick a type, pick a business, a lead magnet type. Some of y'all already had this in mind and just haven't built it. Some of you have built it, but you've neglected it. Some of y'all let me know if it's working. I don't know, but pick one. So y'all know what I already did. I made a quiz What is this quiz? Let me see. Can I pull it up? Because I was pretty proud of it. Oh, the 7 habits. My book is the 7 habits, right, of high value entrepreneurs. So I made a quiz to help people see how strong they are in the 7 habits, which are the areas they need to work on. And it's actually, I like this. Like, all y'all need to take this quiz. It's coming. It's coming soon. So you could either do that, you could do a webinar, like a little masterclass, and teach somebody something really important, or you can make a framework or a checklist. Okay, just pick one. If you don't have one, pick one. If you already have one, let's perfect it. Okay, then pick your topic. How do you pick a topic? What's the number one question that your ideal client is asking? What are they already thinking about? What's the number one problem they need solved? What's the first step? If there's 10 steps for them getting this transformation or getting something solved, in their life, their business, or whatever area you work on, what's that first step? And make sure that that's the topic you pick for this lead magnet experience. It's an experience. It's a taste test experience. Okay, we're not going to call it a lead magnet. And then let's create that. Take a couple of hours, get in here. You can use Canva, Google Doc. I'm telling y'all, Google Doc is winning. This woman made $1.2 million. She ain't had no graphic design. She didn't have no images. She didn't have no stock images, no Unsplash, no AI, nothing. It was literally words on a Google Doc. And you sign up for her email list and you get this. She gave a 5-day thing. I saw her do like a 5-day email little mini class. I saw her do like, here's all of my notes from such and such and so. Just put your email right here and get it in a freaking Google Doc. So it don't have to be long. If it's a framework or a checklist, it could be 1 or 3 pages. Just something breaking it down for them. Make sure you think about this, look for this, Okay. If you do a training or a workshop, record yourself teaching. Again, you get on your phone, you get on your Zoom. It don't be deep. Don't be deep. Let's be dope, not deep. Record yourself teaching this thing, put it on there, put an unlisted YouTube video link, and then get the email, and then boom, when they give you the email, it goes to the recording, right? And you could do an assessment. Again, you could do Google Forms, you could use Score app, you could use Typeform to create a quiz right fast. And that's it. Then go ahead and put it up. You can use lead pages. You can use your website. There's all these different ways to do a little simple landing page, Notion with an email capture form. And then as soon as they put the email in, it should automatically go to a page and or an email with the PDF that you promised them or the link to what you promised them. That's it. Then we're going to go back to our channels that we have updated this week. Y'all, I'm giving you a recipe, a framework that you can follow. There's no excuse. We don't have to be afraid of social media no more. We don't have to be frozen in inactivity no more. I don't want y'all to go off the Martin Luther King cliff. Monday was Martin Luther King Day. By today, and it's a snowstorm too. Everybody's plans for the year done fell off. Gone. Vision board in the closet. We don't talk about it no more. Y'all don't have to fall off. We can follow very simple ways to go forward with our goals and be outside this year. We could be outside to create enough experiences for people to have interactions with us. And then they follow that. Oh, I like that. I want some more of that, please. Thank you. Like, you know how you're in the mall and the Chinese people give you they give you the little sesame chicken, and you're like, okay, hold on. So then you walk over there. Now you look and you see what else they got. What else we talk about? Okay, I like this, and then they're gonna buy something. Like, that's how we get our money, y'all. We just need enough breadcrumbs they can follow us back. Okay, so boom. So we made a free thing, a free experience, a free tool, whatever it is. Whatsoever it is, as my grandmother would say, shout out to her. She would have been 1927. She would have been 98 in November. Once we have this thing built, it's on the Google form. You could do this for free. Don't play with me. Don't tell me about your budget, because you could do this for free. But however you set it up, if you need help with that, bettercalldoll.com. Every time I say that, random people get on my calendar, which is fun for me. I like it. So if you're like, I need some help, I need a one-on-one, how do I do this? Go to bettercalldoll.com and we'll talk about it. Now, once you have it set up, now we get to go back and promote it. So on LinkedIn, you could literally have a post. I created a free framework for this, which is what I did when I did an experiment on LinkedIn. I was like, the first thing I did, first line, hook. They used to call me the pitch queen. Everybody was like, "Well, what are we talking about?" And then they read the whole thing. It was actually really well written. You know, I'm a writer. You know, they gave me a book deal in college too. Turned down that as well as record deals. I've been outside for a minute. Anyway, so I talked about the and my whole journey as an entrepreneur, and it's like all of this was possible. I didn't do no outbound sales. I didn't do any like press releases. I wasn't hiring publicists. Do all this. All this stuff came to me because we had a powerful pitch. I raised $2 million doing this pitch. It took me around the world. Da 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 da. You can learn it too. Free framework. Grab it here. Link. All right, that's it. Or if you make a YouTube video about anything related to what you got going on, then you put it in the description, you put it in the pin, you tell them just go down below and get the thing. Just boom, whatever, right? If it's on Instagram, make sure it's on your link in bio. You can do a highlight on your reels or your stories. TikTok, link in bio. Every piece of content, now you're just sending people back to this thing you made for them. By the way, all of this starts with this first foundational piece of da 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 da. If you want access to it or you want to know where you stand, go to this link. So now that becomes your number one call to action across all these platforms where you're experimenting and doing all this stuff. That's all you got to do. That's literally it. Now, from there, we need the email sequence. And there's 7 emails that everybody needs. I'm not going to get into that today because that's a whole nother class. I learned this from somebody who quietly, just casually, he makes like $90,000 a month in his business. You never heard of this man? He's not even on social media like that. They exclusively do their entire business through email. So when I said, don't you even try to tell me what I can't do, because I don't even hear you. The reason why I'm like this is because I go and find people who have been where I'm trying to go. You're not going to tell me that this is not possible. When you sit around with people, just because they haven't done it, somebody has. So find somebody who's been where you're trying to go and go do it like that. We mimic the masters. Entrepreneurship is not a goal that we set for ourselves. It is a game that we must learn the skills to play and win. G stands for gut check. If you know you off, you know you're not making no money for real. You know, it's 2026. It's the end of the world. You know, it's like, oh my God. You don't know what to do. And you're like, I need to do something. And your family looking at you and you looking at them and y'all both looking at each other. And it's like, hold on. That's a gut check. Okay. So then we're going to audit. It's like, let's just be honest. I need a coach. I need some help. I need some support. I'm great at this. I'm not so good at this. I thought I had this, but actually this. I thought I was strong in this, but actually I'm afraid of this. Let's do an audit. Let's be real. Because it's an outer game and an inner game. We got to be real with ourselves. Nobody wants to have a real conversation. Everybody just want to be perfect. When you go to the networking and the meatballs and alcohol, you got to show up and, you're shining. You winning. The music playing. Why is always a DJ? Why is that? they playing in our face, y'all. And doing all of this. So you're supposed to look perfect. And they ask you, how's business? And you say, I'm just making it happen. I'm just getting it together, staying busy, Nobody's having a real conversation. Over here, we're having a real conversation. So if you can audit the places that you need work, it's like, you know what? I'm scared of social media. We need to unpack this. I know I got something, but ... Let's, what is the ... So that's GAME. So G is for gut check, A is for audit. Then we mimic the masters. We don't have to sit here and spin our wheels. We don't have to sit here and say, oh, I don't know what to do. You don't have to figure this out. Why? Why would you do that? Everything you ever want to learn is on social media. It's on YouTube right now. I'm telling you, everything, including, like, if you want to be a recording artist, this is the best time in history to do anything ever because it's on YouTube. Just go and sit there and study somebody who's done it before. So I did that. I paid money, hundreds of thousands of dollars. These people, they didn't tell me all their business. They told me how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to teach a whole class on email because I got it from the man who sit there. He's chilling. He's not concerned. I mean, he's also white, but he's not concerned about what's going on in America. He can move, he can go, he can do all of that because his email-based business is generating $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a month. I know people making more than that. I know people making $1 million a month with a membership model. And it's like, how are you doing that? I'm trying to tell you how to do it, but I got to get y'all out of, spectator mode and observer mode and all of the false programming from all of these programs and come over here where the money resides. Let's move. So I'm going to do a whole breakdown. I guess we'll do it tomorrow about email and what needs to go in your email. in the first like 3 to 7 days worth of email that people should be getting from you once they meet you. Now, mind you, I'm building my platform in front of y'all in real time. I already did this for a globally recognized company. Dollhouse was not supposed to be a business, and now I'm doing it in front of y'all so you can see that it works. Okay. And so I don't have no autoresponder set up. I don't have any of that set up, but I've been studying. I've been talking to humans, right? You go out here, you talk to humans, 50 people, 100 people, and you look for patterns and what are the things that they're saying and what are the things they're struggling with, da 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 da. Now you build all of that into every tool that you put out. So now when I create an email newsletter, it's going to speak to people exactly where they are. Right. So we're going to go from, hey, thank you for joining. Oh my God, you gave me your email. And here's the thing you asked for, whatever. Quick background on me. This is what I do. Da da da. You're going to get a couple emails from me. Da da da. And, if it's not helpful for you, it's fine. But that's what we do over here. See you soon. Next day, you're going to tell a story. It's like your posts, but in email form. The story, the struggle, the ISDR of it all, And now I'm over here. The next day, it's the 5-star pitch in email form. You're gonna give your framework and what changed and how it works and da da da. You're gonna give a case study, gonna give some credibility. The next one, and handle any objections or any struggles that people have. And then it's like, so welcome. We got a program. We only open it up a couple times a year, but or every month, and welcome. And then you're out. Like after you send these first 7, like every couple of days, then it's back to once a week. They get an email from you once a week. It's a summary of what you've been doing on social. It's maybe it's a Substack or something like that, and you're out. If they buy something, cool. Now they go into your onboarding sequence. If they don't buy something from you, now they're just being dripped on once, twice a week. They get some valuable content, and you're moving on. That's it. Because you just want to solve the 7-11-4 equation for everybody. And it starts to run on autopilot. So once you meet somebody in the street, you invite them to your thing. They scan the QR code. They go in there. Now it's automated. Now they're getting the da 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 da. And now they know who you are. They're not confused. It's not like, oh, I met this person one time and I totally forgot them. Like you showed up in their email inbox a couple times so they remember you. It's like, oh wow. Oh, I didn't know they were on the YouTube. Oh, I didn't know they were on Substack. I had somebody jump out the dollhouse the other day. This is my first time. I was like, yes, I love it. I love it. They prefer to get my content on YouTube and Substack. And so she left the WhatsApp group to go to my Substack. And I'm like, yes, I stand for this. Like if, you give people formats. There are people that I watch all day, every day on YouTube that I would never follow them on Instagram. It's just my preference. So let them meet you where they want to meet you. You know what I'm saying? And it starts to run on autopilot. So now you have more people that you can talk to. You can handle more people instead of going to an event and feeling overwhelmed. Like, okay, I met these 5 people and nothing's happening. I met these 5 people and I really need her to buy something. No, because if you don't buy something, it's 50 other people who are already out here in my sequence. They're in the world. They're hanging out. They're on the front porch. Remember I gave that example, y'all. They're walking down the street and they see, oh, it's a party over there. They walk up your front steps and then they hang out with you on the porch. And then they want to come around to the backyard. We got a barbecue going. They want to hang out. You just need hundreds of people hanging out in the energy that you're building. And out of that, you're going to always have people who are ready to buy something from you. Okay. There is also a framework for how to use, DMs, for lack of a better word, like direct messages on LinkedIn specifically, /YouTube, /Facebook, Instagram, whatever, TikTok, where you can bring those people into this world. It's still the same thing though. Some people are not going to buy from an email. They're just not, because for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of what you offer. Maybe they just want to feel like they want to feel. But if you're able to open up a dialogue with people, you can start to qualify them for your offer, because everybody's not a fit with what you got going on. Get people on these discovery calls or start to, make direct sales, like recommendations, like what are you specifically looking for? You know what I'm saying? But then until we can create a chatbot for that. That's what I'm doing for Moonjet right now. Because the same questions, the same patterns, people keep asking the same questions over and over. So it's like, cool. Why don't we create a chat bot that can guide them to what they need to be buying off the website? Because right now he's doing a lot of DMs because people are like, yeah, I need this, but I'm having this health issue. What do you think about this? What should I buy for this? Like, da, 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 da. And he's telling them, versus if we can automate that on the website. But depending on what you're selling, depending on the price point, depending on how unfamiliar it is, depending on if it's customized, whatever, you might need to be doing discovery calls. Let people jump on your calendar 15 minutes so they can get, get in the energy a little bit. Um, so if people who are clicking or engaging with 3 or more of your pieces of content every week, people who downloaded your free thing, people who are watching your stories and videos consistently, a lot of you guys aren't even paying attention. You can see the analytics of who's watching this stuff, right? People who comment or DM or do all of that first, you can initiate a conversation, not trying to sell them anything. You could go in their DM and be like, hey, I noticed that you were checking the content out, appreciate you being here, all the things. What are you working on right now? What's the biggest challenge you're facing? What is going on? I've seen people do that on email. They do it on DM. It's like you can reach out to people when you see that they're constantly engaged and watching. The reason why most content creators don't do this is because they don't actually know what they're selling. So if you're trying to be an influencer, you're trying to be the next Mr. Beast, you're trying to have a bunch of followers and then monetize it that way through AdSense or whatever, good luck with that. I'm not actually teaching that. I mean, that's fine. It's kind of a byproduct of just being great at producing content. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody who has something to sell and is using social media as a way to build a community of people who are interested in what they would have to sell. So, people sell merch and all that kind of stuff. People sell memberships. Okay, I guess that's fine, question mark, whatever. But I'm talking about, like, I got a course that I could sell. I got, even if it's Substack, right? I know that if I have, let's say my monthly membership is $20, and then I get 1,000 people pay me $20, I'm making $20,000 a month. Like, what's the problem? Like, I know we can do this. There's enough value in the world. There are recipes, there are exercises, there are frameworks, there's teaching, there's courses. Is it worth $20 a month? I know it is. For me to get in here and teach like I'm teaching, I should be charging $100 a month. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that, but I could. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just trust the system. Like, there's enough people who see that value in what you do to make all the money you want to make, be okay, get out the way. You don't have to overcharge people. It's not that serious. Of course, if you have a course, you have something, you charge more for that, it's great. But when you learn how to reach out to people, I see you've been engaging, thanks for being here, whatever. You can ask questions. You're not pitching anything. You're just opening a dialogue and listening and seeing what they got going on. What are you looking for? What are you checking for? What have you tried before? Whatever. If there's something that makes sense, it's aligned with what you do, you can be like, oh, actually, I help people do that. If they're asking you for something you don't do, we don't lower our value. We just like, oh, that's not quite what I do, but here's what I recommend. And you move out the way. But like having a real experience, building real relationship with people, being intentional about it, you can do this online in addition to being outside. You don't have to be at every single networking event. You don't have to be at every single, vending table and just everywhere all the time. If you learn the skill, you could do it online as well. So again, I'm gonna pause for questions, comments, concerns, feedback, challenges, and personal story time. I would love to hear what you guys are thinking. How overwhelming is this? How empowering is this? And any feedback. It's a lot of work at the beginning, but once we build it one good time, the system is going to pay you dividends, especially if they shut down the world again, especially if all of a sudden, pandemic, we can't go outside. I hope this ice storm is not as bad as they keep saying it's going to be. But people who are out of power for 2 or 3 weeks, or if the whole grid goes down like it did in Cuba last year, nobody was talking about that. Nobody said nothing about that. If there's something crazy that happens, you want to be in a position where you have people that who are rocking with you, where you still have some level of engagement that's not dependent on you physically showing up to a physical location to make some money. So I'll pause right here.
Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanted to say that I've had a heck of a week in regard to all the things that they say life be life in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just been one of those weeks where everything was happening. My hot water heater went out. My son had an ear infection. It was just like every day was a movie. And usually when one thing kind of like throws a monkey wrench, I'm kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. But I would say that I'm grateful because I do have some systems in place at this point. So, even though I wasn't able to go to my physical standing event that I go to on Wednesdays, I still had invoices that were paid. I still have
See?
people calling me and asking me, can I get some of this? When you gonna come out? Can I get that? So it just felt good to like not have to feel that pressure
Yes.
like I would normally feel because I'm engaging in implementing the systems so that I don't necessarily, like you said, have to be outside all the time. And, that just felt really good. That was like a load off where I was like, okay, I can focus on taking care of my son and focus on getting these workers in here so they could fix everything. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have to really worry about all the little money that I was going to get on Wednesday for, this, that, or the other. So that was
Yeah.
just like, that felt good.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Absolutely. The power of systems. Come on, systems. I'm
Oh,
s-
and I did want to also say
yeah.
I was out yesterday and I was just in a random place. Like I was taking my son to get his hair done and
Is he okay? He's
some
okay now?
lady, he's fine now, yeah.
Good.
Some lady just was like, hey, aren't you such and such? And I was just like, how you know me?
Your name is in them
And she was
streets. Your name is in them streets.
yeah.
I love it.
And she was just like, yeah, I remember you from such and such. And I was like, oh, hi. She was just like, are you still doing that? And I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She was like, oh, I haven't been in a while, but I plan to come back and I can't wait because, when I was trying to figure out where I knew you from. And when I saw you, I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. I got to get some
Mm.
more. So, just to kind of have people on your mind, you being on people's mind rather.
Yes,
That
that's
feels
right.
good. So, I that is kind of like where I'm trying to take it with the digitizing, so like whereas people know me from, like you said, being at the vending table and being at all of the plant-based events, like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's like, man, you are the hardest working plant-based chef I know.
Mm-hmm.
So, now it's kind of like let's take this energy and digitize it, like you said. So I'm, like now things are kind of settling, kind of getting back into a groove, a new groove, but we're getting into a groove and some normalcy. So that is the next step, and I definitely can't wait to go all in.
Oh man, I love hearing that. That's dope. Actually, it's a dope feeling. You just walk around minding your business. I'm like, is that you? I'm like, yes, it's me. Who are you? Like, what are we doing? It's great. I love that. That's beautiful. Anybody else comments, questions, concerns, and things? Be dope, not deep. Yes, it's a whole word. Y'all better.
I love that.
Who's in charge of the t-shirt
The
ministry?
t-shirt ministry,
I
That's
need
me. I'm here.
Makaya.
I'm here.
Come on.
I just wanted to say that I have been slowly converting some of my socials over to my business,
Mm-hmm.
specifically TikTok and Instagram. So I started following people, like looking up nonprofits and people that I would want in, seeing my posts and in my circle. So it was funny. This morning, someone just DM'd me randomly. I mean, not randomly, but I guess I followed him. But he is this big guy in Atlanta. He's like the president of two different companies, and he works with 400 plus nonprofit organizations, and he has a community with them on school. And we were just chatting. I was telling him who I help, and all the things you've been telling us, and just showing him I'm really excited, and he sees I'm building a community. He was asking about where to find me. I sent him some links, and he asked to set up a Zoom call with me, so that we could talk, because he's looking for partners and support for his community.
This
And I
sounds
was like,
perfect for you. This
I'm
actually
like,
sounds
I love
perfect for you.
this.
I know, right?
Right? I'm like, yes. Here's my LinkedIn. Let's talk on Monday or Tuesday if you have some time, and let's get this going.
Absolutely.
Now, doll, I'm like, I need to hire somebody.
Oh, we get there.
I'm gonna
We get
need
there.
to hire somebody to take care of these people. But yes, I told him, I'm gonna start doing office hours, and I have my community and Substack and he was just like, he was like, I have a community too, and he was just, the energy was there. So I loved it. And this all just happened this morning. So I'm excited.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
You know, I'm keeping in the energy. So I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Avant Garden and 159 are my two vendors, business vendors for my entrepreneur community.
When is this?
So it's February 28th. Mm-hmm. I sent the final flyers to both businesses. So I'm waiting for them to approve. And then I will start blasting it out on socials.
I need to be involved. Nobody told me nothing.
Ma'am. Well, I've been building it. Of course, you're invited, but I've been taking care of the logistics, you know, in the background because I'm really excited. I love hosting.
Very dope. Very dope.
I just want everybody to be excited and come try out the samples and just talk. Like I want it to be a vibe, not like a pitch kind of thing. I'm just trying to feature these two awesome businesses that are Atlanta based and doing the thing, and you know, come try their samples and get them on your maps, get them some new followers.
For sure.
So yeah.
As long as I'm not out of the country.
Oh yeah.
You
okay.
need to let me
February 28th.
The people
is but once they get back to me, I'm gonna follow up with them
Very dope.
on Monday, and I'll let you know.
Very dope.
Everybody's invited.
Of course we are. In the dollhouse. You said something that struck something in me, just like Asia did. The idea of being ready. Okay, you meet somebody, the energy's high. They're ready. They're like leaning in. They're like, oh my god, this is. Oh my god, da, da, da. Nobody's doing this. Da, da, da. Cheryl, I saw a video for you today. While I'm thinking about it, I'm just saying it right now because I'll be forgetting, y'all. It's a lot going on.
Okay, cool.
And I want to say that I have no posts on that community yet. Nothing.
That's what I was about to say.
I have my pitch in the bio. I have my Substack link.
That's all right.
And I am just creating, I'm creating my content for the week starting tomorrow, and then I'll start kind of integrating those in.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my plan.
That was exactly what I was going to say. Like on our LinkedIn, on our bot pages, wherever we're sending people, you want to have already shown up in the energy, so that because you have to know that kind of media Micaiah is coming. The person who's like, yes, this is exactly what I need, and they have exactly what you need, and it's a total fit, it's a total match.
I'm
right
excited.
In the universe, it's good. Like, oh my god, like, and he's like, oh my god, like I've been looking for you, I've been looking for you, like that is coming. So just like that day, some of y'all were there. I stood up in the dollhouse in the office. I don't go to no more. The office in the sky. And I said, I don't know how we got on the subject of relationships and this and that. And I stood up and I said, listen, I'm a whole unicorn. You're not going to find a woman who's doing all of this and is sweet. And I like to cook. And, I got that. I'm going on and on and on. And I look like this. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And I said, if I exist, he exists, period. And I literally met him that day. But my point is, you got to have your life together. You got to have all the things already ready. So when you meet the person or these customers or these people or these partners, right, it's already go time. So what I'm trying to get you guys to do is stop resisting, right? Stop resisting greatness. Stop resisting brilliance. Just let all your resistance go. Okay. And like get on your YouTube and do the thing. Get on your Substack and get your brilliance out. Get on your LinkedIn and have 2-3 articles or have, something you post in every couple of days, whatever. Because now when you meet said person and it's like, oh my God, it's a vibe. Oh my God. Then they go and look you up. Now we got all this stuff there. They're like, oh, we love it here. Like, oh, so they're ready. That moves them to that place that I'm talking about, where it's like, I'm ready to do something, not just like, oh, I met this person. It's cool. Like, I'll keep you in mind. Like, we want people taking action. And so the more we kind of fill up all of our channels with our brilliance, the easier it is for them to find us. It's Hansel and Gretel. It's the breadcrumbs. I mean, I know there was a witch at the end or something. I'm not that part, but the part where they can just find you and you put all that energy out there and you could chill at the house, or, you had to take a week off because we were moving or whatever. And it's still fine at the end because we've done the work. So the more we kind of understand these processes and systems, and we put ourselves on a schedule where I'm posting every day. I'm posting, every other day, or I'm taking my ideas and I'm spending 3 hours on the weekend and just putting some stuff out there. Not worried about metrics, not worried about, what people are going to think, or that's the old version of us. We're on the part where it's like, I'm going to be great because when my
And that's the
when my people
thing.
show up, it's going to be
Right.
great. Mm-hmm.
It's like this one person has connection with over 400 nonprofits, even if it was just 100.
You know what I'm saying? We don't need
I don't
everybody.
need everybody. Exactly. I love it.
So yes, guys, that's what we're doing here. So thank you for sharing that. That's really dope. Any other thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, feedback, challenges, and personal story time? I love it here. I actually love it here. I can't wait till we do this on an island somewhere, y'all.
I wanted to share, doll.
Yes,
Cheryl. So I was late because I was on a call with a friend that invited me to talk to her community this morning. It was funny. It was called Cupcakes and Christ. It was going to be
that's cute
at a venue, but we did it virtual because she just didn't want people getting out and, a lot of stuff going on today. But it was really, really good. She was actually on so I did Kingdom Atlanta Live this past week too. So my cadence is going to be every other week.
Okay.
And so I had another guest on, and we talked about community as well, but she was on as a listener. And so she wanted me to come on and talk to her group. And it was really good because not only was I able to share a word, but I was able to share, what I do with Kingdom Atlanta and encourage people to go to, subscribe to my YouTube and they can see other past shows, etc. But she was also sharing some of her outreach. And I was like, okay, so we could partner together on some things where she's currently kind of out there already doing things on her own. And it could be like, okay, Kingdom Atlanta is partnering with her and she does stuff from like ministering to kids on the school bus and they don't have certain things. So we could provide food or clothing for her to just keep on the bus for people when they need it. So it just broadened my awareness to the more you put the message out there, the more the partners show up.
Come on. You better say that. This is what I've been looking for this video. I just found it. I sent it to you.
Okay.
The more we put the message out into the energy, y'all, there's an energetic field. We can't see it. We can't touch it, but it is real. And the more we put our inputs out here, the more it rearranges things. Things are just, and all of a sudden it's like, my phone is ringing differently. New partners are showing up. I'm getting a different email. They're inviting me to do this thing. By the way, can y'all send me y'all Google videos, the testimony videos? I need it by Sunday. I said, but I need it by Sunday. Because Google keep blowing me up. They're trying to do something. We're gonna see. I don't know if it's gonna work because it's in the world, but we're gonna see. But you guys will be hopeful either way. So if you have a testimonial video that you can send me, do that by tomorrow. But the more we show up in the energy, things get different. Things have to realign. It's literally like you standing in a pond, a large pond, a pool, a lake. Okay. And you throw a rock in the lake, in the water. Everything in that whole pool, pond, lake is about to get different because you took an action. That's how powerful you are. And we have to know that, because if you don't know that, if you don't believe that, if you don't act like that, if you don't move according to that, that's what the programming is. That's what the false system is. They tell you that what you do doesn't matter. They keep you in hope energy. Like you put some energy out, we don't know if you're going to get it back. It's universal law. If I sow, I reap. If I breathe out, I breathe in. And the sun rises, sunset. Like, what are we talking about? We give or receive. It's a universal law. So if you put energy out and then you do it again and you do it again, and every day you show up like that, your phone starts ringing differently. You get different emails. You start meeting different people because it's a container. I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in the WhatsApp today. And also on Substack, because that's where the brilliance lives now, in YouTube. But it's about capacity. It's not just in a moment of inspiration, a moment of just like a spark of, woo, woo, I felt that thing that time. I knew that there was something there, you know. But it's the ongoing ability to hold that energy. We have to have enough capacity. We have to expand our capacity to be the version of ourselves that is ready to talk to a group, um, and be a resource for a group of 400 nonprofits, right? To be an ongoing resource that has enough people plugged in so that we could provide, supplies for all the school buses in this county. And we could show up on the podcast and have something to say, a word on today. Just, I wasn't prepared, but I am, because I do this all the time. I do this for real. I'm always prepared. What are we talking about? It's a way that we start to live and show up and post and be outside, if you will, that makes it possible for us to experience abundance on that level. So I love these stories that you guys are sharing, and the way we can actually serve our partners better, right? The more we post and the more we create content and the more we have, this value trail that leads them back to this world that we're building for them.
And I'm actually going to use the weather situation to my advantage too. Like,
that's probably, what the video was that I sent you. It's literally somebody talking like, I was like, girl, wow. I know if you're not doing it, I need you to make a video like this tonight. Like, yeah, it was very powerful. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, people are not going to be able to get to church, or a lot of churches have canceled. And then even Sunday night, people not able to do whatever, or just people are going to be home. Like, people are trying to get home now to get settled. And so I may drop in and do a prophetic pop-up tonight just to say, hey, this is going to help people right after the ice storm, and we're going to provide blah, 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 whatever it is. But just to use the kind of captive audience.
Exactly. And then like plug in, volunteer, like, all of that. Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly the video. She wasn't saying it like that because she's not doing what you're doing. She's literally like a frustrated person who has a job, and she's talking about how it's the end of the systems are failing us. And she drives like 100 and something miles, I think, round trip to go to her job, because that's the only job she could find, and she's just, her message is always like, y'all, we got to figure out how to be self-sufficient. Like, we can't keep depending on these systems. This is, what are we doing? And then, but she was talking about the snowstorm, and immediately I thought of you. I was like, oh, Cheryl needs to show up like this. So,
yeah. Okay. Thanks. I'll check it out. Yep. But yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage. I might be on tonight, tomorrow, and Monday.
Love it. I love it. Exactly. I'm doing snow day, Saturday school, because it ain't snowing yet. But when it does, we're going to be special edition, all of that. So I love it. I love it. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank y'all for sharing your Saturday with me. This is a fun time. I wish, had I had anything like this when I was an entrepreneur, when I first started as an entrepreneur, I don't know, I probably could have skipped some mistakes. I think I could have gone a little faster. I could have made some money faster. Because I learned entrepreneurship from white people, and then it was some white men involved, and some people who just didn't actually want me to win. Like, it was a battle for me to learn this stuff that I'm teaching you, and I'm creating a space where you could feel like you want to feel as you're learning said lessons. So anyway, thank y'all for being here. Anybody else want to share comments, questions, concerns, challenges, perspectives, and or personal story time? I really appreciate you guys. I really, really do. So tomorrow we're going to get into like what needs to go in my email, like what autoresponder should I use, like and some other things. Like, and I'm going to drop the episode in the Substack / WhatsApp today about closing the gap between, whatever it is that you want for yourself versus where you are right now, and what that looks like and feels like. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you, Micaiah. All of the energy that we shared together. I mean, I'm so glad we had this time together. It's that for me. Thank you. And if all hearts and minds are clear, I got to eat lunch or whatever. Until the next one, till tomorrow, 2:00. I gotta go. We're out. Pew!